Hey guys, it's Crazy M, and today we're gonna take a look at the first part of a PDW guide, which is gonna be AS VAL. So let's take a look at the bullet patterns first to get it out of the way. There's not much since the AS VAL only can be configured with an extended mag or a laser pointer. So let's look at the patterns. This time it's a little bit different. So the first one is the hip fire. The second one is the hip fire with a laser sight attached, and the last one is the normal 10-meter aiming down sights fire. So as we see, there's not too much about it. The hip fire is pretty bad without the laser sight. With the laser sight, it is actually pretty good. And aiming down sights, actually, there's not too much to say about it. The side-to-side recoil is quite alright. There's not much of it, but it does have quite a bit of vertical recoil. In the background you're gonna see some gameplay now, which is actually not gonna be some gameplay that I'm getting a lot of kills, but it should show in which situations the AS VAL actually pays off. So throughout this whole thing, I think I'm gonna draw a little bit a line of comparison to the AK, since the AK is one of the best guns we have right now. So let's start. What are good things of the AS VAL? So first, it got a high rounds per minute, 900, which is exactly the same as the AK. And it got an aiming down sight spread from 0. So that's the only automatic gun that has an aiming down sight spread from 0, which is pretty amazing. So the bullet is always gonna hit where you're aiming it. In terms of hipfire spread, it is actually on par with the AEK. So even if you see that it has bad hipfire, it's the same as the AEK. And if you put a laser sight on it, and if you put a laser sight on the AK, it's still the same. So it's not that bad actually. What it doesn't do that good is a low bullet velocity, around 300 meters per second, I guess. This is actually the same as if you wouldn't put in suppressor on the AK. So that feels like both guns are pretty much the same suppressed. Okay, so now let's talk about the two attachments that we have, the laser sight and the extended mag. What I actually found is that the laser sight can be pretty useful if you know you're gonna run in a lot of close quarters encounters, but you gotta take in consideration you only got 21 rounds. With extended mags you're gonna buff it up to 31 rounds. So actually I think if you're really gonna go into a lot of close quarters, you're gonna need those laser sights. But what I found, you're rarely gonna be able to take down more than one, maybe two with one mag. So I think the AS VAL is not really a gun that you can go in and go toe to toe with other guns, since it's got a really low maximum damage. It's only 20. The minimum damage is 18.5, so it stays really consistent. You get a 5-shot kill if you're really close, but other than that, it's always a 6-shot kill. So the time to kill is actually pretty long. That's why I actually prefer the extended mag, since you're gonna spend a lot of bullets. And the long reload when you're empty is really painful. It's awfully long. So I think you should always try to have at least one bullet in the chamber, and reload is actually pretty fast with one bullet. So even if you're close and you're like, okay, I got no time to reload, still do it. It's a fast reload and it saves you a lot of time later if you're empty. So as far as sights go, I would say that you can use anything from a Cobra to a Holo to a 3.4. I tried on 6x scope as well, but it doesn't work. And it doesn't really matter what scope you use, but I think you can go for a high one like a Holo or a 3.4, since you're gonna taking a little more long range shots with this gun. As far as the single fire mode on this gun goes, I wouldn't really use it. Since it has this low damage per bullet, you're really gonna need this 900 rounds per minute to take your enemies down. Another thing that's really important, since it's got a high rounds per minute and it's got a high vertical recoil, you're gonna be sure to really burst fire it well. Keep those short bursts and you're gonna have a lot more fun with this gun. So I actually found myself chewing through a lot of ammo with this gun, so running as a support is not a bad idea. Especially in Conquest, you can sneak up on tanks and plant some C4 on them. It's not a bad gun for the recon class either, but you gotta be sure to conserve your ammo. I found myself quite often running out of ammo. So yeah, this is it for this episode from the PDW guide. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, please leave a like. If you want to see more of that, subscribe. And yeah, have a nice day, and I'll see you next time.